You don't need a new goal, you need a new way. Hello, my name is Telumi Adebayo, and I'm excited to be back on your screens. And if you are a leader, you hold multiple responsibilities, you wear many hats, you already have some level of influence, and you're looking to integrate purpose into your life, you're looking to create and find a rhythm that doesn't break under pressure, or you're just somebody who is curious about what purpose is, finding what your purpose is and knowing how to integrate it into your daily life, building a system of a balanced life, without breaking under pressure, then you are in the right place. Welcome to the Explore Network, and this is Telumi Adebayo, and let's get right into it. Yes, so like I said at the beginning, you don't need a new goal, you need a new way. Now, goals are not the problem, and I know that we are still in the euphoria of a new year, even though we are coming to the end of January already. Can you believe it? But then, just to reiterate this, that you don't need a new goal. You've set enough goals in the past years, and I'm sure that you have goals already set out for 2026, maybe for the next 3 years, or maybe for the next 5 years, or maybe for the next 10 years, which is not bad, which is really, really good. But that's why I said the goals, setting of goals, is not really the issue here. The issue here is what I call the naming strength versus design. And what do I mean by that? It is you trying to have this mentality that the harder I work, then I will get the result that I want. Or I have so many things to do. I have many deadlines to meet. I have so much expectations to meet. But then you have not created the design that can carry the expectations, the so many expectations that you have. And you're falling to the place of using your willpower to go through it. Like you're determined. You're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. Because it's good. It's going to feel really good. It's going to feel like success when you achieve those goals, but you quietly start to feel a strain. You start to feel like you're under stress. You start to feel like you are trying to please someone, or if you don't do something, then you won't be accorded the kind of respect you believe you deserve because of the kind of work that you're already doing, which is not really bad, but then it is not sustainable. You have not built that design, the sustainable system that can carry your current level of assignments, your current level of reality. It cannot carry the person that you're becoming, the kind of leader that you're becoming. And that is where the issue is. And that is what I'm really here to talk about today. Now, leaders rely a lot on effort. And I know that may sound somehow, but yes, we rely a lot on effort. Like if I put in more effort, I'm sure I'm going to get married. Just let me do more. Let me just do more. Let me just keep doing more. But like somebody said, working hard is not the same as working smart. As much as you want to put in more effort, you want to build the right systems that can make your effort sustainable. And one of the places where you want to start is the place of identity. And this may sound like I'm already a leader, I know who I am and all of that. Good for you if you already know. But I need to explain to you that when we are talking about identity as relating to the responsibilities and the things that you have, identity is who you're defined as, right? It's not about what you do. It's not about what you carry. It's not about the roles that you are in. It's not about your positions right now. It's about who you are. It's about your values. It's about your value system. It's about who you have become or who you're becoming, the process that you are on. Identity is something that you anchor your life on. You anchor what you want to do on your identity. And this is what I mean. When you know your identity, when you know your values, because your identity will also define your values. Your identity will also define your boundaries. So when you know your identity, you know your values, you will know your boundaries as well. There are things that you will not say yes to because of who you are. There are things you will not find yourself doing as a leader because of who you are. Not because those things are bad, not because anything is wrong with those things, but because they no longer match your current level. They no longer match the person that you're becoming. Do you get me now? And so it then transcends into the kind of responsibilities you say yes to. If you have not defined your identity, you will not be able to properly define your values, which is supposed to define your boundaries. And so you will not be able to properly define the responsibilities that you're supposed to carry as a leader. There are things that you're supposed to still be doing. There are things that you should not be doing. There are things that you can't delegate to others. There are things that should not even be happening, that you should not be doing at all. That is why we're talking about the kind of goals that you have set. Because some goals that you have even set right now, they shouldn't even be in there if you know who you really are. So when you know your identity, it sets the tone for your values, of course, and the responsibilities that you have. And then this is the thing that we now start to see as leaders. We know that willpower, we start to invest willpower. We start to commit to it, which is a good place to start. But the truth is, as a leader, you can't go through all your responsibilities, all your duties, all your goals with only willpower. No, you can't. You may try, especially if you are brutal with execution, you're brutal with, you are disciplined, or maybe, fair enough, you have people that work around you, that work with you. It is good, but I'm here to tell you that willpower alone cannot get you through your goals. All right, so what is the solution to this? You need to set systems. You need purpose. You need to set systems, and you need the right rhythm to carry those systems. And this is what I mean by this. Purpose defines the direction. And I can talk about so many things. I can talk about how you should arrange your calendar, how you should carry your responsibilities. I can talk about how to reset your rhythm so that you don't break under pressure. But the thing that can make it sustainable is when you actually know what your purpose is. And at this point, this is where I will recommend my book. If you have not gotten my book, you should get it. Purpose Blueprint is available on Selah, is available on Amazon, and I'm sure we will have the link somewhere on the screen right now, or you check in our description box. You will find the links right there. Or you can just go to Selah and look for Peluma and look for my books in there. You're going to find, especially if you're in Nigeria, you find it on Selah. It will be shipped to you. If you want the soft copy, is available, and on Amazon is available as well. Let me continue. So purpose, because it's really important for you to be able to know what your purpose is, even as a leader, because I know many leaders. Research has shown that many people that are in leadership cannot actually define what their purpose is. They can define the purpose of their organization, they can define the purpose of a project, but they can't define what their life's purpose is. And so, if there are leaders that cannot define what their purpose is, if you are a leader, you can't really define what your purpose is, everything you're doing might just be you succeeding in the world. And that is probably another video for another day. But this is what I am trying to say in this video. Purpose defines your direction. So that is a progression. The where it starts from is your purpose. It provides that direction. And then systems, because I mentioned systems earlier. Systems determine sustainability. How you can sustain what you've gotten, your direction, your assignment, the energy, how you can sustain productivity, how you can sustain success is actually by systems, right? And then I talk about reading. Reading as a leadership framework. That is your framework. That is what you put around your system that makes sure that, or that ensures that you don't break under pressure, that your systems don't break. Reading is what you put in place. It's like a synchronization. You know what reading is like? It's like you're listening to music and you know how sweet it is. It just flows. It just flows effortlessly. So reading is that thing you build around your system that makes it flow effortlessly. Something that is repeatable, something that you can repeat in other areas of your life and it still produces the kind of result that you really want. Right? So as a leader, willpower is not going to work alone. What you really need is purpose, which gives direction, systems, which gives sustainability, and reading that carries your system so that you are able to work effortlessly. These are the questions that I want you to ask yourself as I bring this to a close, almost to a close, I want you to ask these questions, especially this year or as a leader. Where am I relying on effort instead of structure? Where you need to do that audit, that self audit. There are some places where you're relying on your efforts that I'll do this, and you're not putting a structure around it, and it looks really simple. But if you're relying on just your effort, one day the efforts might fail because you're human, you could get tired. So you don't want to rely on just your effort. So you need to ask that questions, take an audit of your life and look at it. Where am I relying on effort instead of a proper structure? Number two, what systems need a redesign? Look at the current systems that you have built around your life right now, around your assignments, around the many responsibilities that you have, especially maybe if you are a husband or a wife, at the same time you're a mom or a father, you hold a responsibility in your career, and then you also run a business on the side, or maybe you also have a ministry or something. Make sure that you're looking at the systems across board, you're giving an aerial view of it, and you're asking yourself, what system do I need to redesign based on my current level of reality, my current level right now? And then the third question I would like you to ask yourself is, what reading supports my current capacity? You see, these, you might not be able to do it alone, but I'm just putting it out there. What reading? Ask yourself, what reading supports my current capacity? And if you need to build the right reading for yourself, you need to get into my circle. You have my link is also there, where you can also check somewhere on the description box on my post, and just check. You can book if a 45-minute reset call, and let us have that discovery call, and let's pick it up from there and just say what reading supports my current capacity. And if you can't answer that question, then you need to talk to me. Right now, there's a worksheet or a cheat sheet that I designed at the beginning of the year, and I believe it's going to help you. It's a good place to start. Now go to my link as well and just download the 5 steps to reading reset. I mentioned reading. It's just something you can read in one sitting. A very practical guide on how you can start to reset the reading and redesign the reading that carries your current system, your current level of responsibility, right? And then if you need that one-on-one, like I mentioned earlier, make sure to click on that call. I want to tell you today that you can lead smarter, not harder. That's what I want to leave with you today. Don't lead harder, lead smarter. And the way you can do that is by building the right system, but don't stop at just building systems. Build the right reading that can carry your current level of reality. And that way, you'll be able to design this year better. You'll be able to lead better this year, and you'll be able to live a life that is truly integrated in purpose. And this is me today. See you again next week. And don't forget to watch all our videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like our videos, and drop a comment. All right, so we'll come your way again. Bye.